Hello, and welcome to another episode, another VR run-through produced by the XRcast Studio on the Penn State Behrend campus. Today we are looking at the VirtualSpeech program, which is all about professional development. So far we've gotten a chance to go through all kinds of stuff on here. We're now done with media training, even train the trainer, so let me do this last download. Let me see if there's any more below this. So far, this has been a phenomenal program. So many different ways to spin it. I could see if you can import questions, it could be used for engineering classes, importing very technical questions and having the students have to answer them. I mean, I could see this for research design projects. And if you're able to record and then go into the online module and download that recording, then it could even be like a real you actually go in there, really deliver the presentation, and then you're able to export the whole thing. And it could actually be a deliverable that is entertaining for an audience. So, very interesting concept, but let's see. Oh, there is quite a lot more. So, English for business, that's going to be interesting. So, yeah, there's a good amount of modules left, but we've gone through a lot of content already, and this is quite impressive. And I'll have to look more at the online materials and how exactly that fits together, but from what I saw, it does look like a pretty extensive online dashboard that functions really efficiently for the students, giving them access to materials online, which then they can pick up. They just log into their account on here. They can just pick up right where they left off online and go specifically to whatever modules are assigned to them and whatnot. So now let's see the networking. I have actually seen, I think, all of these, like networking basics. Let's see.
Welcome to the first part. Here are some brief notes on areas. Hi, I'm Joseph. Good to meet you. I work at BMW and currently head up the engineering division in the UK. What do you do?
Okay. So, good stuff. We have seen that one several times already. I think it was in business communications or something like that. So, cool experience. Now let's check out the elevator pitch. We have already seen this one as well. So let me just see if there's anything new to it. Don't believe so. I'm talking. Okay. Yep, we've seen that one already. Go check out some of the earlier episodes. This one, again, looks the same. We've seen these two. I don't recognize this one. So, advanced networking. Okay, so this one...
Welcome to the second part of our networking course. In this chapter, you'll get to practice your elevator pitch, telling stories, and how to end a conversation. We'll finish with a quiz to test your listening skills.
Okay.
Here are some brief notes on areas we will cover in this chapter. I'll talk about them in more detail later on.
Best way to build rapport, include your experiences, use the tips we give. Solid stuff.
Read over these networking questions before moving on. We won't be testing you on them. However, they're good to learn before your next event, in case you run out of talking points.
You can pause at any time if you want to read these in more depth.
Let's start with the elevator pitch. This should be a 30-second summary of who you are, your experiences and abilities, and either your job role within your company or the sorts of roles you're interested in learning about more. Press begin to start your...
Okay, so this is cool. I have yet to see this experience. It seems like a cool environment. It seems a little bit informal. Like, hey, we're just standing here. We just got some pizza over there, and now I'm doing some networking for a good 30 seconds. So I think this is very solid. I like it. And then I would be able to play it back. Okay, so this is cool. I have yet to see this experience. So
great.
I hope that my mic's
Let's
not
try
doing
it
that the whole
again,
time.
but a little more concisely. Remember not to use any industry jargon and keep to the essentials.
Yep. I remember seeing these same prompts, so I think they had this for the trade show one. This is more of a 30-second, I don't know, standing here, I guess, so it's a little bit different. Looks like they're floating a little bit above the ground. That's kind of interesting. Anyways, good one. Telling me to focus on certain aspects.
Now we'll move on to storytelling. The key here is to add some emotion into the story and to keep it simple. You'll want to practice a few times until you know your story well.
Preparing the concept of preparing a story, doing it a couple times, going back and redoing whenever I might make a mistake, or when I realize, hey, I could say it more smoothly, more quickly, in a more entertaining way. I think that's all good insight.
This section deals with one of the trickiest parts of networking, how to end a conversation.
So I think we've already seen this.
We've listed a few.
Now we can speak to them and end a conversation using some of the tips that they just mentioned on the last slide. Try this exercise again using a different phrase to leave the conversation, because again it gave the 6 phrases. So now I'm going to use a second one. My friend, I'm going to go grab a drink for them. They're about to be leaving.
Now we'll put all these together. The elevator pitch.
3 of them together, elevator pitch, thing. And I'm going to go through to each.
Hi, my name's Max. I'm head of manufacturing in Europe for Toyota. I've been at the company for over 10 years now. What's your name, and can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Absolutely. I would do my whole elevator pitch right here. Talk to you about that. Relate to your manufacturing experience with Toyota.
We recently upped our vehicle output volume for the latest model. This causes all sorts of problems on the manufacturing line. We've had to hire 200 new employees to manually build some parts of the car.
200.
So as you can imagine, it's a bit chaotic at the moment. Have you had any troubles with projects you've worked on?
Certainly have. Never to the extent that we had to hire on 200 people to fix it, but I certainly have had some struggles.
Interesting story. It's the first time I've been to a networking event during a day like this. Kay invited me here, so I thought I had to turn up for a bit. I'm heading back to the office later on.
This would be a good point to try and leave the conversation.
Yeah, good point to leave. They gave you an opportunity. I think you said Max. Toyota. I did hear Kate. Back to the office. Networking guru. Nice. So very cool. This was the entirety of the business networking module. So many good experiences, as we've seen. Some of them are kind of ones that we have seen before, but having them all packaged in this way is quite nice. I could see this being one kind of larger assignment where the students are just expected to go through each of these, because each of these does have interesting angles. Like this advanced networking, you are still giving an elevator pitch, but maybe this one, I don't know, I guess they're kind of similar, but different scenarios, different environments, a little bit of different formatting. I think it is worthwhile there. And these listening ones are quite interesting. So overall, that was the business networking module there of the virtual speech program. I'm going to cut it off here, and then we will pick back up on the next module. This was produced in the XRcast Studio at Penn State Behrend. And this is a VR run-through, so enjoy and keep an eye out for more.